Hi, welcome back. Thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for watching my videos, and yeah, thank you very much for just being you. And I appreciate you being your own person and loving music. If I would imagine you'd love music if you were here. But today I wanted to talk about Pearl. They are making a sustainable 3D printed drum, which is pretty cool. Check this out. I'm wearing my robe still. Kind of cool shirt, right? Today, Pearl's making a 3D printed drum, which is really cool. Other drums have done it before, but this time they're doing it with wood pellets made from old cutoffs from their high-end kits. So it's a little bit different from the other brands because they were just doing like regular, I guess, plastic 3D printed material. And it's a cool idea, but I feel like the sound really wasn't there. The sound's kind of there. It's not perfect, but it seems to be a bit better with these Pearl drums. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, though. I went into this doing some research, asking some questions, and I found the answers to the questions, so I just wanted to make a video on it and show you what I found out. So the first question I asked with that, I'm like, Can you buy it? Can you buy it yet? And and if so, how much? And I found out it looks like it's still in prototype phase because they started at like 2025, and the only thing I could find as far as a good recording of these drums is in Pearl's Japanese YouTube channel, and it has this prototype of it, and I'll show a little snippet right here. So yeah, it's in prototype phase. It probably will be expensive starting out, just like any big model drop. I think it'll do better if it was in the intermediate to beginner price range, because it doesn't beat your genuine like solid wood, like your maple or your walnut or like your birch or whatever else, your solid woods. Nothing's gonna really beat that, I don't think. I would think it would be in the intermediate or maybe even higher beginner area. So if it was anywhere, I mean, with the price raising right now, $1,000, I think it'd be fine if it's a full shell setup and maybe some hardware or whatever. But if it's just the shells, if it's under $1,000, I think it'll sell really well. But I'm not thinking that that's going to be the case. The other thing I looked at is, when did the research for this even begin? It began in around July of 2025. That's when it was like unveiled to be like public. So I can only imagine how much they've been working on it before. The first time that they showed it was at the Japanese exhibition in July 2025. My prediction is they had to have been messing with this for a number of years, right? Because of all this new technology and how much it's like advancing and all that. I really don't know the exact day or the exact time it started. But yeah, we know where we're at now. What are the 3D printed kits made of? I kind of talked about it before. These kits are made out of the offcuts of Pearl's high-end models. So whenever you're making these high-end drums, it's made out of solid wood. So it's a literal solid piece of wood that's not put together by different pieces of wood and laminated together. But whenever you do that, you can't use the entirety of this piece of solid wood. So there's obviously going to be scraps and there's going to be waste. And now they're trying to find out stuff to do with this waste. So these offcuts are powderized and they mix with resin, and this wood plastic mishmash of material gets made into 3D printed material, and then they 3D print the drums with that. So it's not just your resin, your normal plastic material. They actually mix wood powder with it, which gives it some more of the characteristics of your genuine wood drum. So there were some drums that were moving into this 3D printed technology. They didn't quite have this idea. They just had like I said before, they just had like your plasticky 3D printed drums that didn't have any type of wood powder or wood anything with it. So this was already happening. The one big one I found was a drum brand called Voxel Percussion. Voxel percussion, they're really big on the uniqueness of, you know, the drum itself. It looks really different. It looks kind of cool. And the customization abilities with it. So you can add your own logo, you can add your own designs, you can pretty much custom make a drum. The difference is on this versus what Pearl's doing is Pearl's making an entire kit with it, which is cool. Vox only makes snare drums, and obviously the material of which it's being made is a little different from it. And it's not as much customizable as your Voxel drums, but it is... it's more so, like I said, for full kits and for better sound. But yeah, that's kind of the difference there between Voxel drums and other drum brands like that, making just regular 3D printed snare drums, and your Pearl Regen 3D printed drums that are being made now. What's different about the Pearl brand doing this is it's trying to reduce manufactured waste, like those offcuts. And Pearl is also doing more than just snare drums. They're looking into the whole drum set, which is really cool. With the material being powdered wood with resin, it lacks the structural integrity of the solid wood drum, or even like a non-solid wood drum, like your regular laminated or like, you know, metal drum, obviously. This is the one I'm kind of worried about because, I mean, there's not a lot of research done on it because you need it to be played on for a while to find out how long they really last. It's tough because testing the sustainability of the kit takes a lot of time and a lot of wear, which I honestly think that's why it's taken a while for it to be made public. I'm sure these prototypes are being used a bunch and trying to see how long it actually takes for them to wear down. Imagine in the near future, 3D printers become like a household product, like a microwave or like a paper printer, you know, regular printer. This could possibly mean in the future, instead of like buying drum shells, you can buy drum files and 3D print your own drum. This could essentially like eliminate international shipping charges, long wait times, and like if they're out of stock or whatever, that won't even be an issue. You have the files. As long as you have the material to make it, you can make it. It's awesome because this could open up crazy shell designs that were never possible before. You can really customize and do whatever. It reminds me of those tricks on drums that were kind of not super circular. I'll show a picture right here, or anything else that's kind of weird and out there. My only worry about this is getting that actual material to make those drums. So, you know, I said before, it's made out of the high-end wood cutoffs mixed with the resin. Now, how are we going to get the resin? Do you have to order the resin, and is that what needs to be shipped to you? You know, so there's other issues to be had, yeah, but I mean, there was a Pearl Regen booth in NAMM 2026, which makes me think that they're starting to close in on a release date, because why are they showing all this off if we're not close to selling, right? But there's so much right on the horizon, and I'm very excited about it. Now, there's some people that are pretty skeptical on this stuff, which is, you know, understandable because it's a bunch of new stuff, and with new stuff you need to be skeptical. There's worry of people losing job positions because if you can just 3D print your drums at home in the future, or if you have just a machine doing it even in the shop, their jobs out there have to be moved or they have to be eliminated. And if we do this crazy future where everyone has 3D printers and everyone can just make them at home after they get their files and their resin, I mean, that could potentially cut those jobs. Check out the look of these. Something that's really unique on this is it shows like the different layers that are going on. You see like this textured line type thing that's going on. And I haven't seen any drum that's like that. You have these lines that are on it. It's on every single drum. It looks extremely clean looking. And yeah, this is the resin here and this humongous 3D printing machine that ends up making the entire kit. And of course, they have people put the hardware on afterwards. Very, very, very interesting. This is another one, another color. It's not black on this one, but this is the one that was over in Japan. This was the big prototype that they were playing on a little bit ago. They keep mixing it between corporate social responsibility and Project Regen, which I think I like Project Regen a little bit better. Kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit more. But yeah, there's a lot to be excited about with this drum kit coming out. and it really does open doors to what is possible in the drum world. That's really all I have. I appreciate you guys all hanging out and watching the videos. My past video kind of popped off and got me really excited. I've just been busy recently, otherwise I'd be posting a little bit more. I wanted to talk about this for like a few weeks now. I found out about this just a little bit ago. One more cool thing, it's back here, that poster there, on top of my vintage Slingerland snare drum. Just a thing talking about their 80-year anniversary, and they're talking about their Project Regen kits, and this is what kind of got me hip to it. It's really kind of cool. It talks all about it, and yeah, Pearl's got other stuff happening, but that's the one big exciting thing that I was able to find. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Please subscribe, and please like video, and please share video, and please do all that fun stuff. So, yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. I guess I will end it here. I'll see you guys next time.